The Trolls franchise is back for an all-new film, Trolls 3 Band Together. So today, let's see if it's worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up-and-coming content. Poppy discovers that Branch and his 4 brothers were once part of her favorite boy band. When one of the siblings, Floyd, gets kidnapped by a pair of villains, Branch and Poppy embark on a harrowing and emotional journey to reunite the other brothers and rescue Floyd. I enjoyed the Trolls franchise, very upbeat, fun music throughout, very colorful, not the best Dreamworks animated movies ever, but I was looking forward to this third film. I do think this is funnier than the previous 2 entries, but the least musical one. Despite having a boy band in here, there's more focus on a story rather than having musical moments. And that was one thing I was worried about going into this movie, is how much they're trying to take on. Because you have the story of Branch and his brothers that were part of this boy band, and then you see in the trailers, Poppy gets introduced to her sister, and then you have these villains that are trying to obtain the power from the trolls. There's a lot going on in here, and there are certain storylines that feel like they're not developed at all, and they're just kind of pointless within the movie. And that was one of my worries going into this movie, and that's my biggest issue, is that there's so much storylines going on within this film. When you have Branch and Poppy, they meet one of Branch's brothers, and they then go on an adventure to find the other brothers. Not the brothers together, individual brothers. So you have to have this adventure for Poppy and Branch and one of his brothers to find the next brother. And then that storyline's over, then you got to find the next brother. And then that storyline is over, and then you introduce Poppy's sister. And there's just so much going on that you don't feel that emotional connection to the brothers or Poppy and her sister reunited. There's no like emotional weight to their storylines, no development for that. And I think it really could have worked if you didn't have certain storylines presented within the movie, just really honing in on, I think, the brothers and forming that relationship, band together. Just focus on that. I think it would have been a more solid film. But I do like the jokes in here. There were a lot of jokes that I only heard parents laughing rather than just kids, because they're like, what the heck's going on? But there were a lot of jokes that I found to be hilarious. I was laughing, jokes only adults would understand. But there was enough balance of the jokes for adults and kids' humor as well. And a lot of upbeat moments. There's many times where there's different animated styles to it, when they have too much hustle going on, and they have 2D animation and just really bizarre, trippy scenes. There's a lot of times where it almost feels like it's a representation of drugs. They talk about like having like the ring pops and being hooked on ring pops, and I just quit ring pops, and then the hustle. There's some kind of odd representation of drugs in here that just really kind of like it stood out, and it was really bizarre.
Let's get weird. Let's get weird.
But there were a lot of jokes that made me laugh within here. Like I said, it feels like the least musical one within the 3 Trolls movies, where the previous 2 had these really popular songs that my kids and I have listened to throughout the years. There's not much in here that would, like I would want to listen to it again. The NSYNC song at the end, I think, was really good. But for the most part, it's covers of other songs, and they're just really brief. But there wasn't a lot of kids getting up and dancing. And I've seen the other 2 in theaters, and there were a lot of kids like getting up and moving around. It wasn't so much within this movie. Bridget and King Gristle returned for this movie, and I think the way that their storyline is presented in here, it almost feels like this movie would have been the second film, and Trolls World Tour would have been the third film, because of that continuation of their story. I think it would have played nicely off of that first movie. But their presence in here is absolutely hilarious. You got a pretty good voice cast in here with a lot of new characters. Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick, once again, are really good in here. There's not the most development for them, despite a lot of challenging situations situations for them. Branch overcoming the being separated from his brothers, and Poppy being introduced to her sister. But I liked a lot of the new characters in here. You have Eric Andre, David Diggs, Kid Cudi, Amy Schumer. There's a lot of new voice actors within here. I like exploring the brothers in here. I just think this film could have took on a little less, but the humor was there. Tiny Diamond, voiced by Kenan Thompson, was hilarious. Just certain storylines feel like really rushed or pretty pointless at times, or they could even saved it for a fourth film. They were trying to cram a lot within this movie, and it really took away from some of the personal connection between the characters. I still liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Maybe laugh more than the other films, but more music would have been nice, and less storylines would have been nice as well to make it a pretty fun film. But overall, I did like Trolls Band Together. I laughed, my kids laughed, we had a good time with it. Not the best one of the three, but still an enjoyable film. So before I give you my score for Trolls Band Together, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button and get it all in one spot. And if you like to see where Trolls Band Together ranks amongst all the other 2023 releases I've seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd, and there you can find my ranking. I'm going to go ahead and give Trolls Band Together a B-. Thank you guys for checking out my review for Trolls Band Together. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.